Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the place where you get edified with yours truly, Dr. Eddie. What's going on? Listen, I hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying healthy, staying safe, practicing your social distance and so on and so forth. But I want you to come close to this topic. I want to talk about 4 traits that make you attractive. There's a story about Coretta Scott King and Martin Luther King. And if anybody knows anything about me, if you know anything about me, I love Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The legacy, the memory, what he stood for, the civil rights movement. I mean, I was so enamored with Dr. King growing up that I wanted to live in the 60s at some point. Some people probably think that was so crazy to even have that type of thought or thinking, with all of the vitriolic racism and the upheaval that went on during that time. However, I was always moved by his words as well as his works. I came across that book, My Life, My Love, My Legacy, by Coretta Scott King. And it's a book that really speaks about one thing that I found very interesting. She speaks about her relationship, much less her marriage, to the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And I thought it was real applicable to relationships, and took a few truths out of it that I want to share with you. One is that Martin was always enamored with Coretta. However, that's not her story. She was not as equally fond of him and so much attracted to him initially. She tells a story in the book about how he came to pick her up in a cold January in his green Chevy, and she initially saw him, and she was not that taken with him. She thought, one, he was too short, and she just didn't think he was that well put together specifically. Now, if we just stop the brakes and just pump the brakes right there, most of y'all would have canceled the date. Right? If if he's not 6 feet, 6 figures, and a 6-pack, you said forget it. Right? Sometimes all 6 feet, 6 figures, and 6-pack, all them sixes just might leave you with a devil. That's for another topic. But she wasn't that interested in him. He was, not too tall. He was kind of short, and I think they say Martin stood no taller than about 5 feet 5 inches. So, hey, she throws some heels on him. I'm sure she might be towering over him. He's looking up to her. She's not looking up at him. She's looking down at him. So, however, she said this. As they dated, he began to win her over. And I'm sure Martin could win her over. When he spoke, and if you go back and listen to whether it's I Have a Dream speech, if you go back and listen to just his interviews, just any of the speeches as well that he had done throughout the course of his life. I mean, he could really empower you to make some change. Martin said, "I left Atlanta this morning, and as we got started on the plane," he could do that, and I'm sure that was a way that he was able to woo her too, to be attractive to her. Right. So she tells a story that as they continued dating, she said, Martin grew taller in my eyes. I had to laugh at that. And she said he grew taller based upon his personality, based upon his vision that was very, very attractive to her. And one day, Martin is driving. He's driving her back home. And he said, "You know what, Coretta? You're the wife I always wanted." Now, all of a sudden, if a man says that to you, ladies, you're gonna, lean in a little bit, inquire within. What are you getting ready to say next? Right? She's clutching her pearls. Martin, you better say the right thing now. And he says this, Coretta, you have 4 characteristics. He says 1 is your character, and we talk about 4 attributes that make you attractive, 4 traits that make you attractive. Character, right? Character is not so much who you are in the light, it's who you are without a nightlight. It is not so much what you have on the outside, as who you are on the inside. And so many times we have so many people who are focused on uh, the ring and the wedding, but not the marriage. The wedding is a sprint, but the marriage is a marathon. We have so many individuals who are so focused on carrots, but carrots without character is chaotic, right? So it is the development of character, and developing your character is going through and growing through some obstacles. Is you taking the time to be alone? Is you actually taking the time to deal with the traumas and the triggers that you have? Is you actually looking at yourself in the mirror and actually taking off the mask? I do want you to wear your mask now, but we're talking about taking off the interpersonal mask, the things that are ugly, the things that you have not dealt with, the forgiveness that you need to embrace and ingratiate into your life, right? So that you don't, hear me, bleed on people who didn't even cut you. That's what character development is all about. I got to rid myself of the vestiges of my past. Martin said something else. He said, talked about the 4 attributes and 4 traits that Coretta possessed. He said, character, number 1. Secondly, your intelligence. He's looking at her and he's telling her, your intelligence is straight up knockout. Now I know that's a show enough MLK line. Character, as he mentioned, number 1. Secondly, intelligence. He has a quote, character plus intelligence. That is the true goal of education. And by Martin studying Coretta, he got an education in who she really was, who she really embodied. It is the intelligence. I mean, if you're going to really get along with somebody, it's not just the whole aspect of the pulchritudinous splendor, how voluptuous they may be. It is not so much just what is on the outside. It speaks to the inside. I've got to get to know the mentality of what it is that you are. We've got to be able to communicate in an intellectual, intelligent aspect and way that goes beyond what's your favorite color, who's your favorite celebrity, what's your favorite show that you like to binge watch and Netflix and chill to, right? We've got to go beyond just the surface. We've got to get deep. What is your vision for the future? What would you like to accomplish? Right? What is your big dream? What is your why? What is your purpose? How were you raised? What is love to you? Right? Many times we don't even ask those types of questions because we want to jump the broom right into a relationship. We want to jump the broom right into marriage, but we fail to focus on friendship. And I know friend zone is not a good word for you. Oh, they friend zone me, but is that really a bad thing? Come back to that another time, right? Character, intelligence. I got to know the state of your mind, right? I know he may look like Morris Walnut, Chestnut, whatever he is, but you hope the brother isn't a nut, right? He looked like Boaz, but you found out the brother was a bozo. As a matter of fact, you don't want Boaz no way. Boaz is dead, right? You thought she was your Ruth, but you found out she couldn't tell you the truth. 36, 24, 36, curves like the letter S, but you hope the sister isn't snake. Coke bottle frame, right? But you found out that the pop was flat. It's beyond just the outside, it's about the inside. So character, intelligence. Then Martin said personality, the third thing. Personality. Why? Because your personality should be like a fragrance and not an odor. How many times have you been connected to people, talked to certain individuals? Brother was handsome, but his attitude was ugly. The lady had a pretty face. Her attitude put her out of the place, right? Your attitude determines your altitude. And for many times, because our attitude is so jacked up, it brings us down. It lowers the value of our personality. It stains the frame of our countenance. And that's what personality has to be, right? Can we get along? Can we agree to disagree and it not get ugly? Right? What is the state of your personality? Right? Who is it that you are? Right? A pretty face plus an ugly attitude makes you a pretty ugly person. Nobody wants to be around individuals like that. You lose out on opportunities. You lose out on connections. You destroy friendships and relationships because you really don't even have a heart of gold on the inside. And oftentimes you become narcissistic. Character, number one. Secondly, intelligence, personality. for the third one. Fourthly, beauty. Now, isn't this interesting? Some would say Martin saved the best for last, but in many cases, it might not have been the best. It just might have been the least, because Coretta's character, her intelligence, and her personality is what made her beautiful in the first place. Right? Beauty. Listen, the Temptations told you it was a temptation. Beauty is only skin deep. Now, I'm not telling you not to put no encouragement on your face, not to put no makeup on, not to dress for success, not to put on your perfume and your cologne, right? Take a shower first. I'm not telling you not to do none of that. I'm not telling you not to go and work out and all that stuff. You got to make sure that you take care of your temple. You got to make sure that you eat right. You got to make sure that you exercise. But that can't be the end all be all. Where's the character? Where's the intelligence? Where's the personality? You don't want to just be dull and dry and drab, right? You got to be able to enjoy your own company first, so that somebody now can enjoy yours, because they see how much you enjoy you. Beauty, you being handsome, however you amount that to being. What is it that you have that's on the inside that now permeates on the outside? And sometimes, especially for us as men, we become so visual that now it distracts us and destroys our vision, right? You were just looking on the outside, but did you really get to discover who it is that she was on the inside? Did you really get to discover who it is that he is on the inside? What is his height without his heart? What is her cleavage without her character, right? What is it with somebody's body if they don't have a mentality? These are some things that we have to focus on. 4 traits that really make you attractive: character, intelligence, personality. Lastly, beauty. Don't make beauty number 1 when character ought to be. That's what I want to share with you today. Listen, I want you to like, I want you to comment, I want you to subscribe to the channel. This is where we get edified. And of course, I want you to join the academy. Join my online community. Join Dr. Eddie's Academy. Yeah, that's me. That's me. What up, though, as we say in Detroit? My hometown is Motown. Listen, I want you to make sure that you join my academy, where we focus on faith, identity, relationships, speaker training, financial empowerment, and much, much more. We do that in master classes. We do that in our weekly sessions. We do that in our private, exclusive group. We do that in so much of our community building and togetherness that you need to be a part of it. Your network determines your net worth. Let's grow exponentially together. Join me, DrEddieCacademy.com, where you can register, where you can sign up. And here it is, just for the entry level of $1. Join for just $1, y'all, right? Join it, and I'm telling you, the value is going to be greater than the investment that you make. Join me right now, DrEddieCacademy.com. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, share it. Let's stay empowered, encouraged, and edified. I'll see you soon.